Hello racers, and welcome to today's video. In today's video I was going to do some work on a 1/12 scale Pancar, and I thought I'd show you the setup system that I use for tuning the Pancars. I use the Arrowmax setup system. Comes with this pouch to hold the stands in, and all the little nuts and bolts. This system will work for any 1/10 or 1/12 Pancar, and I just thought I'd show you how to install it onto your car and how it works. And I was also going to show the ultrafine chassis ride height gauge at the same time. Kind of do a 2-in-1 review today. So with the Arrowmax setup stand, what you get is one side, which is the side that you'll replace the wheel with, and then there's another triangle, a gauge side. I'll show you how this works. So included in the kit is a little thumb screw to put the two pieces together, and that's pretty much all the assembly that's required. There's this piece here, this little angle, and you can see that's how you test the camber on your car. And there's also this little thumb screw that has a bearing in it. You can put it to the high side if you have a 10th scale car, or you put it to the low side for a 12 scale car. You can see that they're very light aluminum. Arrowmax has like the gold edging on their gauges. Now this is a gauge for caster, but I don't have the attachment for it as well. To install them, one thing I noticed when I ordered this, you have to supply your own bearing to fit into that holder. So there's a little holder here. I'll just unscrew it so you can see that you move. But with 12 scale Pancars, or Pancars in general, the bearing is a little bit different size depending on the model. With the X-Ray, it uses the standard, I think it's a 1/8 size bearing. But something like an Automatics uses a different one. So they don't supply these bearings, so I ordered some separate, and I put them in just to leave them in the car, in the stand. So I'll just show how to install. You just remove your tire. Remove the wheel. And where that bearing is, you install it in place of the wheel. And then simply just put on your wheel nut. Now you tighten them down so they're still a little bit loose. You can see this one here is quite tight, so I'll back it off a little. And there we go. You can see it's quite loose now. And then for testing, you just simply push down on the car to get it at ride height. And then on the front of the car, I'm just going to hold them up here so you can see. You see these little gauges will tell you how much camber that your car has. So this is for bench tuning, makes it simple. And then there's another attachment in the bag, a piece of this tool. I'll just slide it out here. It is for setting the toe on the car. So what I do in this case is typically what I do is I set it to 0 on one side, and then I'll just slide it over and I can measure the toe. And in this case it has a little bit of toe in. That's how you test that. So it makes it very easy to test toe and to test the camber of the wheels. To get your baseline settings correct before a day of racing. And you always set these up as they're ready to run, so all the weight in them that you would expect. set them forward, and then you just adjust your upper links to change the camber, adjust the steering rods to change your tow. So up there is that system, and then I just wanted to show you this little guy. Now this one is, so I'll just give you the model number for that in case you're interested. This is model 171043. That's for the setup kit. And then for the little ride height gauge, 171019. So when I ordered this, I only ever saw pictures of one side of this, but I didn't realize that it's double-sided. It goes up by the 0.2 of a millimeter, evens on one side, and the odds on the other side. So when you're doing your test for your ride height, and I'll just pick a point on the car, you set your ride height, make sure that the car is sitting down. You can see that at the 4 millimeter mark, it kind of fetches up. It didn't slide anymore. I'll just do that again. At the 4 millimeter mark, it fetched, or the 4.2, it's fetching up. Then you can just flip it over and see if it's actually 4.3 millimeters. No, it doesn't go to the 4.3, so it is 4.2 millimeters of ride height. And that's how you use this little guy. Again, Arrowmax has the gold trim. So I was really surprised with this where it was double-sided. I hadn't seen that before. That's awesome. Awesome little product. So this is how I set up my 1/12, the tools that I use. I'll put the links to them in the description, so in case you want to take a look for your own. Okay, well, thank you for watching the video. If you like this type of thing, click like. If you have some comments or questions or suggestions for any other product to review, put it in the comments, and subscribe for more reviews like this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again.